I tried to make pancakes, and they burned, so then I was gonna flip them, but I forgot to add oil to the pan before I started making the pancakes, so they stuck. So I just put it in, I put the whole pan in water. Yeah. Then I cried about it, because, you know, I wanted pancakes, but I screwed it up. So, yeah. So then I asked my dad to make me pancakes, and he said, no. So then I asked my mom to make me some pancakes, and she said, sure. So now I have 2 pancakes. And then I got the rest of the milk, because we needed to make space for the new gallon of milk. And Max has decided to help himself to my milk. Thank you, bud. Thanks. It's okay, though, because I already drank, like, over half the milk that was in this cup, so, I mean, it's not okay, but it's fine. Dude, can you stop getting the milk on me? It's quite frankly, it's rude. Are you done? You can't reach down there, bud. You can't reach. Oh yeah, so even though Max is using his right hand right now, yeah? Okay. He is left-handed. Max is left-handed. Alright. Now for some fun facts about cats. Because I have a cat drinking my milk. Cats are lactose intolerant. They're lactose intolerant. So, in cartoons, we grew up watching cats, like, you put milk in their bowl. But they're lactose intolerant. They shouldn't be drinking milk, like, often, like that. It should be given in moderation. Keep your paw in the cup. Yeah. They're not allergic to milk, they're lactose intolerant. Keep your paw in the cup. You're gonna drip the milk everywhere. Stop it. So, yeah. Tabby Cats, which is the type of cat he is. He's a tabby cat. More often than not, their face, like the fur markings on their face, look the same. Yeah. Unlike dogs, cats don't have floppy ears. Why are their ears always pointy and always standing up? Well, it's an evolutionary trait. It's so they can, because their ears have better mobility than dogs. So they can hear slight. They can't hear farther away. They can hear like within the same distance as dogs can, but they can hear higher pitch noises better. So, yeah. So their ears have a lot more muscles than people and dogs, so they can, move it around. So, That's why their ears aren't flopping. So their muscles are causing them to always stand up. Could you not? Cats have hooks on their tongues in order to... That is also an evolutionary trait, the hooks on their tongues. That is to make sure that their prey stays in their mouth. It's also so that they can grip onto food and liquids better. Because unlike dogs, oh my god, unlike dogs, cats, they just get their tongue and go like that. Meanwhile, dogs, they get their tongue and they scoop up the water. But cats don't do that, so they just go like that. So, yeah. The hooks help them. House cats, or household cats, domesticated cats, if you will. Domesticated cats, they can't roar. So, yeah. The closest they have is meowing. Yeah. And also, the only reason adult cats meow is because they understand that their owner acknowledges that. So, yeah. So, like, if a cat were to have a deaf owner, they wouldn't meow. Also, in the wild, only kittens meow. Also in the wild. Or they're not called kittens, they're called cubs. In the wild, the only big cat that can purr is a cheetah. Which is coincidentally also the only big cat that can't roar. All big cats can meow, but they don't. Just they are able to. Their vocal box structure is they're able to. They just don't. Yeah. You done, bud? Whiskers are essentially sensors. They can detect how far away something is, or like how close you have until you bump into something, which is really useful for blind cats. Although they tend to still bump into things, but yeah. Cats should never, ever, ever be declawed. Because if you declaw a cat, it's essentially like cutting off your fingertips. Don't do it. It's just rude. It hurts the cat, and the cat can't do things it was able to do before, like climb on things. Also, if you've ever heard a cat run, it is very silent. That is because of the padding in their paws. Like the toe beans, that's the paw padding. And also, the fur in between the paw paddings. It helps stay silent. Also because of how they run and how their legs are. Their legs and their arms. Technically, it's all legs, but I differentiate by saying legs and arms because I'm not about to say the two front legs. That's no. Ooh, I like these pancakes. Here are good pancakes. They're sweet. I like them. Mm. What's it? Cats are often labeled as uncaring, um, selfish, lazy animals that just are essentially there because you feed them. While that is true for some cats because of their personality, that is not the case for all cats. Majority of cats, actually, are very... They seem that way, but the moment you leave them, um, they will cry. Yeah. And if you have a camera, you can see that some cats actually stay at the door, much like dogs. Stay at the door waiting for you to return. Max does that. And two of my older cats used to do that. Dogs are better at understanding emotion when they can see it. Meanwhile, cats are better at seeing things that you necessarily don't want them to see. Or, like, even if you're trying hard and it's barely noticeable that you're sad, cats can see that. And then they will go and comfort you. How they comfort you is depending entirely on their personality. Cats don't like you touching their stomach because it's a very sensitive area. So, yeah. Cats also understand human language faster than a dog does. Or, like, they learn, like, human languages faster than a dog does. A dog will understand it, a cat will also understand it. Dog will learn it slowly, cats will learn it faster. Except cats, they don't necessarily listen. Although all of my cats, we've trained them. In the past, all of the cats we've ever had, we trained them, and they would listen. It is harder to train a cat, because cats don't want to listen, but it is possible. Like Max, he understands when I tell him ow. Like, he'll back away and then just look at me and sit down. And he won't do anything unless I tell him to. Or, like, he won't come near me unless I tell him it's okay. Even if he wasn't the one that hurt me. Max doesn't tend to listen by himself, but he does listen when the dogs are out. So, like, if I go like that, which is how I signal the dogs to sit. That's not the sign for sit. This is the sign for sit. But, whatever. So, yeah. I snap to get their attention, and then I go like that for them to sit down. Max will sit with them. With all three of them. He'll sit. Max also understands his name. And he does pay attention to his name. He does. He does pay attention when we call him. Anybody. When anybody calls him. Well, anybody that he knows calls him. Cats who are raised only around dogs, like Max, tend to get dog habits, like wagging their tail when they're happy, like putting their tail in between their legs when they're scared, and also cats who are around dogs often learn commands faster. And if I remember correctly, the easiest language for a cat to understand was either French or Spanish. I don't remember. Also, cats understand the concept of a mirror. Like, that is yourself, a reflection of yourself. It's not an entirely different animal. Whereas dogs don't. Cats are, like, the most flexible and agile pets. Except for, like, ferrets. Ferrets are... I don't even know. They ain't got bones, yo. They ain't got bones. But, yeah, other than ferrets, cats are the most flexible animals. And yes, like I said earlier, cats are lactose intolerant. I know this, and I'm going to suffer the consequences later. It's alright. It's because I love you, bud. Cats are also not as food aggressive as dogs will be. Being food aggressive means you're aggressive about your food. If, like, dogs, Macy, when we first got her, she was food aggressive. If anybody looked at her food, if one of the pets looked at her food, she got mad and started growling. If one of them got too close to her bowl, she'd get mad and start growling. If, one of them got by her bowl, or walked near her bowl even when it was empty, like hours later, she'd get mad and start growling. She doesn't do it anymore because we trained her not to be food aggressive, but yeah. She still doesn't like it. She'll just stare at them now, but she doesn't actually do anything. I like these pancakes. I never really noticed this, but then I did notice it, and so I read up about it. Max, you're ruining my stickers. Cats tend to eat and drink with their eyes closed. Like, it doesn't matter what the cat's personality, what breed it is, how old it is, what gender it is. They eat with their eyes closed. They drink with their eyes closed. It's so weird. Like, why are you eating with your eyes closed? What is wrong with you? Cats have more hair in their ears to pick up on smaller sounds. Like, the fainter sounds. Not necessarily high-pitched, but, like, things that you can't... things that are very hard to hear. The best I can describe it as is small sounds. Yeah. Bro, these are good pancakes. Why doesn't Mom make pancakes? Cats are curious by nature. Which is why the phrase, curiosity killed the cat, is, there. That's why it's a cat. Because cats are naturally curious animals. Okay, but we gotta count out. Everybody start with 20 beans. What? We'll play poker. Oh. Do I even have beans? I don't think we do have beans. What do I look like? Some kind of Mexican? Cats are less mischievous than dogs. I would ask how old they are, but we're not making them, so it doesn't matter. Apparently we're gonna play poker with Loteria beans. Or I say Loteria beans, but it's just because I play Loteria with beans. So, yeah. But like I said, cats are more mischievous. No, dogs are more mischievous than cats. Because dogs, they don't care. They know you're not looking. They want something, they'll get it. Unless you train them otherwise. Cats, on the other hand, they'll just look at you. They'll just look at you. Unless the personality of the cat is, like that. Because, like, Sky, I leave Sky in my room with some food. I walk out the door, it'll be gone. I leave Macy in the room with some food, I walk out the door, it'll be gone. Same with Nacho. But with Max, he'll just look at it. He'll sniff it. He'll kind of mess around with it. But he won't eat it. It doesn't matter if he likes the food or not, he won't eat it. Also, cats understand punishment more than dogs. Cats have better memory than dogs. What has the best memory of them all, though? Parrots. Parrots. Or birds in general. When I'm older, I want to get an African gray parrot. Those things live old. They live to like 80. Yeah. Unless it's fish that I have in my room. Then he'll just eat it. The dogs don't like the smell of fish. They don't. But Max, he likes fish. He does. It doesn't say oven safe. It doesn't say anything. It's not safe at all. Cats stay still. Like, they are so still at sometimes that they look like a statue. Very unstable. And that is from experience with Max, with 3 cats I've had in the past, I've had a lot more than 3 cats in the past, but yeah. With 2 people in my family, their cats. 2 of my boyfriend's cats. 1 of my friend's cats. Just, cats stay really still. Really still. That's about it. Because I think we're gonna go play poker now with giant cards. It's okay, I bought the giant cards because I can't see. That's tough, okay. Hey, it's dark in here, I can't see. Oh no, what a nightmare. Sorry. It's from Avatar, The Last Airbender. You should watch it, it's good. So yeah. Peace.